Again, we're communicating. So you have to listen in order to hear what they have to say. If you're not listening, then you're just talking, and nobody likes to feel like they're being spoken at rather than to or conversated with. So the fine art of conversation is in fact an art, and make sure that you're participating in that way. Active listening, of course, is reiterating what I'm hearing from you. What I'm hearing from you is, so that can really clarify a question or a problem, but being responsive. If you're using Twitter, it is time sensitive. If somebody asks you a question on Twitter and it takes you 2 weeks to get back to you, no, that's not gonna work. Facebook as an example. If somebody posts on your Facebook page, I'm hoping that you get back to them within the same day. The beauty of it is it has an email notification that lets you know that somebody has said something on your Facebook page. Twitter also has the same feature. It's not as easy to see, but checking, responding, this is voicemail, this is email, the same type of responsiveness that you need to have tends to be even faster in these environments. So setting up that account and just putting out your information isn't good enough because they're going to talk to you. So you need to talk back. Another great way to respond is, let's say you read a blog that's really very interesting, or you see a YouTube video that was valuable to you and was helpful. A great way to engage on these platforms is to comment. You don't always have to be the publisher. You can be on the other side of the equation. How that's useful for you in your real estate business, you may reach out to a custom home builder and let them know that your clients absolutely love these new secure door handles that allow them to access their house without a key. They may not know why your clients like that, but if you share that information, you've now built a vendor relationship. You now have an open form of communication, and you've provided some valuable information to this vendor that they may need. So commenting and communicating with others in the form of your business can be very, very useful for you. There is a fear that pops up frequently about control. I don't like the internet because I don't have control over what happens. The bad news is that you never had control. Before the internet, control is an illusion. The only thing that you actually control is your reaction. This is important because if your restaurant gets a negative review on Yelp and your first reaction to go and write a very long dissertation about why their taste buds are wrong and that you made the sauce yourself and you know how fabulous it was and you don't have to come back. That's a real review that I read. You don't have to come back. Okay, take a walk around the block first. Take a deep breath. The only thing that you control is your reaction. This reflects on your character. This reflects on who you are. So the negative of, I made that sauce myself, and you don't know what you're talking about. The positive side of that, negative review on TripAdvisor. A client of mine was a bicycle and canoeing company, tour company. And they got a response on the TripAdvisor page that said, I didn't get the tour I wanted. That's not what I expected. The owner came back and said, well, that's a bummer. And that was natural. That's the way he speaks. That's a bummer. I'm really upset to hear that. You know what? Next tour is on me, and I'm taking you out myself. Done. Negative situations happen. When you own a business, if you've been in business longer than 5 minutes, you have an unhappy customer, period. You can't make everybody happy. It's how you handle those situations that show who you are and what you're about. I actually made a decision that that client is somebody that I respect because of the way he treats his customers. It's the same situation as if we're over the table. If you come up to my front desk and you say, I'm not happy with the service I provided, the way I treat you over that desk is the same way I should be treating you online. We're not in our physical bodies online. That doesn't suspend the rules of good behavior. The same way you provide customer service is the same way you provide it online. But what if it's negative? What if it's defamatory? What if it's racist? What if it's sexist? You do have the ability to remove, in some situations, Facebook as an example, you can remove negative comments. I highly recommend you use this only in the most extreme situations. Again, racism, sexism, defamatory, foul language. Leave it all the way to that. But if they simply don't agree with you or don't like your service, you can say, that's a valid concern. I didn't know that about my service. Thank you for pointing it out to me. I didn't know that it didn't work. That's really valuable. Let's say they're approaching the nutball category, where they're a little bit wild cannon and you don't know what they're going to do. Another way to handle this is, if they were in your store, can we step outside and talk about this so that you don't disrupt the whole workplace? Same concept. Can I call you and we can talk about your concerns? If they want to just go off on a tangent and be negative all over your page, you still have control over that, but you have offered the option to deal with the situation. Being mature, providing great service. Not only are you handling the negative situation that's occurring, the people that are watching are paying attention. How you react to a situation reflects on you. So you do have control. You don't have complete control, but then you never did. Something I call the lady test. The concept is, my grandmother is the one that told me that computers are the way of the future. She's my friend on Facebook. She doesn't actually really use Facebook. She's 92. But I know she's my friend on Facebook, as is my sister and my stepmother and my aunts and uncles and cousins. The lady test for me is, would they be proud of me? Am I acting like a lady? Am I using good grammar, good manners? But the bottom line is, would they be proud of me? Is that okay? If what comes out of my mouth or out of my keyboard, something I want to take back, then I need to go more slowly. So take that lady test concept with you and let it temper what you do and slow down the reaction that comes out. If you need to take a walk around the block, then do that. It is smarter for you to be cautious and careful than shoot off a hot response and damage your reputation, possibly irreparably. Another great way to provide customer service with listening and responding is a survey feature. You now have the ability to survey a large quantity of people. Now you can do this on an open platform. Facebook has a feature called Questions. You can ask a multitude of questions in a poll feature. You can use something like SurveyMonkey, very inexpensive resource that allows you to send to a wide audience, what's the favorite part of my service? What do you love about what we do? What would you not change? What would you change about my service? You can get a wide variety of information. You can also do this in a low-tech way. I like to ask people, how did you hear about me? How did you find me? How did you get to my website? What did you think of my email? You can do a combination of low-cost yet high-tech survey and also do it face-to-face. Remember, humans and technology work together, so using it in both ways. You don't have to let technology run you. They're tools that you use to get your job done. That's simple.